Welcome to Gunforge. I am your host, and I want to thank you for inviting me into your home today. Whether you are settling back in your favorite recliner, watching this on a big screen television, or you have my voice playing through the speakers out in your garage while you run an oiled patch through the barrel of your favorite deer rifle, it is a genuine privilege to spend this time with you. This channel is built for men who understand the value of a reliable tool, men who respect the weight of history, and men who take the responsibility of protecting their homesteads and their families with the utmost seriousness. There is a conversation that happens in gun shops and hunting camps all across this country, a debate about the ultimate survival cartridge. Which people will endlessly argue the merits of the 5.56 NATO versus the .38 Special, or they will talk about stockpiling tens of thousands of rounds of .22 long rifle because it is cheap and quiet. But what if I told you that the most important, the most practical, and frankly the most overlooked cartridge for real-world survival and daily agricultural life sits quietly right in the middle? I am talking about the .22 Winchester Magnum rimfire. The .22 Magnum is the quiet professional of the cartridge world. It does not blow out your eardrums like a centerfire rifle, and it does not destroy a massive amount of edible meat on small game. Yet it carries a devastating payload that the standard .22 long rifle simply cannot match. When a coyote is stalking your fence line at dusk, or when you are facing a scenario where the grocery stores are shuttered and you need to put food on the table at 125 yards, the .22 Magnum delivers a 40-grain jacketed hollow point with enough kinetic energy to anchor a predator right in its tracks. Today we are taking a deep, uncompromising look at the top 7 .22 Magnum rifles that actually work on the farm and in SHTF. We are not looking at delicate target guns that need to be kept in a climate-controlled safe. We are looking at working guns. Guns built from steel, solid wood, and rugged polymer that can take a beating in the back of a pickup truck and still hold zero when your life or your livelihood depends on it. If you value this kind of deep, no-nonsense practical analysis, I humbly ask that you consider subscribing to join the Gunforge community. We are building something special here, a place where real experience matters, and your support keeps this channel alive. Let us begin the countdown. Starting our list at number 7, we have a rifle that represents the absolute golden age of American firearms manufacturing. It is the Ruger 7722, chambered in .22 WMR. To truly appreciate this rifle, you have to understand the philosophy of William B. Ruger. Back in the early 1980s, he looked at the rimfire market and saw a sea of cheap aluminum and zinc alloy rifles that felt like children's toys. He wanted to build a rimfire rifle for grown men, a rifle that mirrored the exact feel, heft, and mechanical authority of his legendary M77 centerfire hunting rifles. What emerged from the factory in Newport, New Hampshire, was an uncompromising, all-steel masterpiece. When you pick up a Ruger 7722, the first thing you notice is the dense, reassuring weight. It balances perfectly between your hands, largely thanks to the gorgeous, solid American walnut stock and the thick, cold, hammer-forged steel barrel. Mechanically, this rifle is over-engineered to a degree that is almost unheard of today. The bolt features a massive locking lug that handles the pressures of the .22 Magnum with zero-bolt flex, ensuring perfect, consistent ignition of the rimfire primer compound every single time. It feeds from Ruger's famous rotary magazine, which sits completely flush with the belly of the stock. For a man working on a farm, this flush fit is not just about aesthetics, or it is a vital functional advantage. When you have this rifle slung over your shoulder while carrying buckets of feed, or when you are pushing your way through thick, thorny brush to check a fence line, there is no protruding box magazine to dig into your ribs or snag on branches. In a true survival or SHTF scenario, the 7722 shines because of its absolute permanence. In a world where you cannot simply order a replacement part on the internet, you need a weapon that will not break. The steel components of this Ruger will easily outlast the man holding it. It is an heirloom piece, the exact rifle you buy today, with the intention of passing it down to your grandson 50 years from now. Now, looking at the pros and cons. The pros are its bomb-proof, all-steel construction, the legendary reliability of the rotary magazine, and the fact that it perfectly mimics the ergonomics of a full-size deer rifle, making it an incredible training tool. The cons are its weight, which might be a bit much for an all-day trek, and the factory trigger, which can have a bit of creep and a heavy pull that requires a firm, deliberate squeeze. Because Ruger has largely shifted production away from these deeply blued walnut stock beauties, they are highly sought after on the secondary market. If you are looking to invest in one, expect a price tag anywhere from $800 to over $1,200, depending on the grade of the wood and the condition of the bluing. It is a steep price, but you are buying a piece of functional art that will never let you down. Moving down to number 6, we shift from the luxury of the Ruger to the raw blue-collar grit of the Marlin XT22 Magnum. If the Ruger is a classic muscle car, the Marlin XT is the rusted but completely reliable old farm truck that starts up every single morning no matter how cold it gets. Marlin has spent over a century building rifles for the working American, and the XT series was born from the desire to take their proven, inexpensive bolt-action design and inject it with modern accuracy features without inflating the price tag. The absolute heart and soul of the Marlin XT is its micro-groove barrel. Most standard rifle barrels use 4 to 6 deep grooves to put spin on the bullet. Marlin pioneered a system using 16 very shallow grooves. The engineering theory behind this is brilliant in its simplicity. By using shallow grooves, either the barrel imparts the necessary gyroscopic spin without severely deforming the copper jacket of the bullet. With a high-velocity rimfire round like the .22 Magnum, which is traveling at nearly 2,000 feet per second, maintaining the aerodynamic integrity of that projectile is crucial for accuracy. That is why this humble, budget-friendly rifle can often shoot tight, 1-inch groups at 100 yards, rivaling guns that cost 3 times as much. Furthermore, the XT features the ProFire adjustable trigger. For older shooters, this is a massive benefit. As we age, arthritis and joint stiffness can make pulling a heavy, gritty trigger a painful and inaccurate experience. The ProFire features a safety blade in the center of the trigger shoe that must be depressed before the sear can drop, allowing Marlin to set the trigger pull remarkably light right out of the factory while remaining completely drop safe. You can tune it to give you a crisp, clean break that requires minimal finger pressure. In an SHTF situation, the Marlin XT proves its worth through sheer simplicity. The bolt mechanism is incredibly basic, featuring a rugged extractor that pulls those long .22 Magnum cases out of the chamber with authority. It is the perfect rifle to stash in the corner of a barn, behind the seat of a tractor, or in a survival cache. The pros include the outstanding micro-groove accuracy, the very comfortable and adjustable ProFire trigger, and a very lightweight profile that makes it easy to carry all day. The cons are primarily cosmetic. The bluing is not as deep or weather-resistant as higher-end rifles, meaning you will need to keep a light coat of oil on it to stave off surface rust. And the stamped metal magazines can sometimes feel a bit cheap, though they do function reliably. The greatest advantage of the Marlin XT22 Magnum is its price. You can routinely find these rifles on the used market or in local gun shops for anywhere between $250 to $350. For the man who needs a working tool and does not care about fancy wood grain, this is an unbeatable value. At number 5, we step into the modern era with the Winchester XPR rimfire chambered in .22 WMR. When most men over the age of 50 hear the name Winchester, they immediately picture a lever-action rifle secured in a leather scabbard on the side of a horse. But the XPR rimfire is proof that Winchester knows how to adapt to the needs of the modern survivalist and the 21st century farmer. This rifle was engineered to bring the ergonomic advancements of their big game hunting rifles down to the rimfire platform, creating a tool that is highly weather-resistant and incredibly fast to operate. Let us talk about the ergonomics and the physical build of the XPR. The stock is a high-tech polymer composite that is heavily textured along the pistol grip and the forend. In a farming environment, you are rarely shooting from a perfectly clean, dry bench. You are shooting in the freezing rain or with hands that are covered in mud, grease, or livestock blood. That aggressive texturing ensures that the rifle stays firmly anchored to your shoulder and your hands do not slip. The mechanical standout of the XPR is its bolt design. It features a short, 60-degree bolt throw. Traditional bolt actions require you to lift the handle a full 90 degrees to unlock the action. When you have a large modern optic mounted on the rifle, a 90-degree lift often results in your knuckles scraping painfully against the ocular bell of the scope. The 60-degree throw on the XPR clears the scope easily and allows you to cycle a fresh round into the chamber with a quick flicking motion of the wrist. If you miss your first shot on a fleeing groundhog, that fast cycle time gives you a crucial second chance before the animal reaches its burrow. For the SHTF planner, the Winchester XPR is highly appealing because it is designed for extreme environments. It is essentially immune to warping from humidity, a common problem with traditional wood stocks that can negatively affect barrel harmonics and accuracy. Furthermore, most XPR rimfire models come from the factory with a threaded muzzle. In a societal collapse scenario, or simply when trying to manage pests without alerting your neighbors, the ability to quickly thread on a suppressor and turn the sharp crack of a .22 Magnum into a dull thumb is a massive tactical and practical advantage. The pros of the XPR include the fast 60-degree bolt throw, the incredibly crisp MOA trigger system, which has virtually zero over travel, and the weatherproof composite stock. The cons are its decidedly modern, industrial look, which lacks the warmth of traditional firearms, and the proprietary polymer magazines, which can be expensive to replace if lost. The price point for the Winchester XPR sits very comfortably in the mid-range, typically running between $400 and $500. It is a serious, modern tool for a man who treats his property like a fortress. Before we move into the top 4 rifles on our list, I want to take a brief pause and speak directly to those of you watching this on your television sets. I know how easy it is to just sit back and let the video play, but this channel relies on the wisdom of its viewers. You men have decades of real-world experience walking the woods, managing livestock, and shooting these very rifles. Do me a favor. Grab your smartphone, open up the YouTube app, find this video, and drop a comment down below. Tell me about your personal experiences with the .22 Magnum. Have you used it to take down a coyote? Do you prefer a heavy bull barrel or a lightweight sporter profile? Your stories and your knowledge are what make the comments section of GunForge the best place on the internet for firearms enthusiasts. Please take a moment to share your voice. Now let us get back to the countdown. Coming in at number 4, we have a rifle that speaks to the very soul of the American frontiersman. It is the Henry Lever Action .22 Magnum. You simply cannot make a list about farm rifles and survival guns without including a lever action. Long before the invention of the semi-automatic rifle, the lever gun was the original high-capacity, rapid-fire weapon of the American homesteader. A Henry Repeating Arms has taken that legendary 19th century design and perfected it with modern metallurgy and a level of craftsmanship that is proudly made entirely in the United States of America. To operate a Henry Lever Action is to experience one of the finest mechanical sensations in the firearms world. The action is notoriously smooth, feeling as though the internal parts are gliding on oiled glass right out of the box. For a senior shooter, the lever action offers a unique ergonomic advantage. Racking a bolt action requires fine motor skills in the fingers and a twisting motion of the wrist. Operating a lever action utilizes the larger, stronger muscle groups of the arm and shoulder. You simply push your hand forward and pull it back. The .22 Magnum version of this Henry is built on a robust, side-ejecting receiver. This is a crucial modern update as it allows you to mount a scope low and directly over the bore, whereas older top-ejecting lever guns forced you to mount optics awkwardly off to the side or far forward on the barrel. The heavy blued steel octagonal barrel options not only look breathtakingly beautiful, but they add forward weight that hangs perfectly on a target, absorbing the already mild recoil of the .22 Magnum to the point where you can literally watch the bullet impact your target through the glass of your scope. In an SHTF scenario, the Henry Lever Action possesses a unique and highly debated feature, the tubular magazine. Located securely beneath the barrel, this brass tube holds up to 11 rounds of .22 Magnum ammunition. The absolute greatest advantage of a tubular magazine in a survival situation is that you can never lose it. If you drop a detachable box magazine in the tall grass while running in the dark, your rifle becomes a cumbersome single shot. With the Henry, the magazine is permanently integrated into the weapon. Furthermore, you can continuously top off the magazine while the rifle remains shouldered and ready to fire, allowing you to sustain a steady rate of fire without ever fully emptying the gun. The pros of the Henry include its flawless, butter-smooth action, the impossibility of losing the magazine, and its deeply ingrained cultural legacy. The cons are its weight, as the steel and walnut construction makes it heavy. And the process of loading the tubular magazine from the front muzzle end can be slower and slightly more awkward than simply clicking in a fresh box magazine. The price for a Henry lever action in .22 Magnum is incredibly reasonable for the quality you receive, generally sitting between $550 to $650. It is a rifle that earns its keep every single day and looks good doing it. At number 3, we cross the Atlantic to look at a rifle that has completely redefined what American shooters expect from a rimfire platform. It is the CZ457, chambered in .22 WMR. CZ, formerly known as Česká zbrojovka, is a legendary firearms manufacturer in the Czech Republic. For years, European target shooters have known that CZ builds some of the most accurate cold hammer forged barrels on the planet. With the 457, CZ took all their old world craftsmanship and combined it with modern, modular engineering to create a rifle that is frequently chosen by competitive shooters and serious hunters alike. The CZ457 is an absolute marvel of mechanical engineering. The most profound technical feature of this rifle is its interchangeable barrel system. By simply loosening 2 angled grub screws in the receiver, you can completely remove the barrel and swap it out. This means you can buy 1 receiver and have barrels for .22 long rifle, 17 HMR, and .22 Magnum. In an SHTF, or long-term survival situation, this capability is nothing short of revolutionary. If the supply chains completely break down and you can only scavenge .22 long rifle ammunition, you can easily adapt your .22 Magnum rifle to fire it perfectly and safely within a matter of minutes. No other rifle on this list offers that level of apocalyptic adaptability. Ergonomically, CZ knocked it out of the park. The safety mechanism is a modern American-style push-to-fire system that is completely intuitive. The bolt throw has been reduced to 60 degrees, and the firing pin weight was significantly lightened from previous generations to ensure a lightning-fast lock time. Lock time is the fraction of a second between when the sear breaks and the firing pin strikes the primer. A faster lock time means there is less chance for the shooter to flinch and pull the rifle off target before the bullet exits the muzzle, and are directly translating to tighter groups on paper and cleaner kills in the field. The core reason the CZ457 ranks at number 3 is its surgical precision. When you are a senior shooter, you may not be able to hike 10 miles through the mountains anymore. But with a CZ457, you can sit quietly on your back porch and put a bullet exactly where you want it at 150 yards. It removes the mechanical variable from the shooting equation. If you miss, it is your fault, not the rifle's. The pros include the unbelievable modularity of the barrel system, the world-class fully adjustable trigger, and the stunning European walnut stocks available on many models. The cons are the cost of the proprietary steel or polymer magazines, which can be quite pricey, and the fact that the exquisite bluing requires diligent maintenance to prevent rust in wet environments. You can expect to invest anywhere from $550 to $800 for a CZ457, depending on the specific model and stock configuration. It is a connoisseur's rifle that works just as hard as any utilitarian tool. Coming in at number 2, we have a rifle that is arguably the most recognizable and widely used rimfire bolt action in rural America today. It is the Savage 93 series, specifically models like the 93F with a synthetic stock or the heavy-barreled 93B SS. Savage Arms is a company built on providing incredible accuracy to the working-class American, and the 93 series in .22 Magnum is the absolute embodiment of that philosophy. This is the rifle that sits behind the seat of half the pickup trucks in the Midwest. It is not trying to win a beauty contest, it is trying to put meat in the freezer and keep the coyote population in check. To understand the dominance of the Savage 93, you must understand the history of the AccuTrigger. Over 20 years ago, Savage completely disrupted the firearms industry. Before the AccuTrigger, if you bought an affordable rifle, you were guaranteed to get a heavy, gritty, awful trigger that felt like dragging a cinder block across a gravel road. Savage invented a trigger with a silver safety blade running down the center. This blade blocks the sear from moving unless it is intentionally depressed by the shooter's finger. This allowed Savage to safely set the trigger pull to a remarkably crisp and lightweight right at the factory, while still ensuring the gun would not fire if accidentally dropped from a deer stand or a tractor cab. For the older demographic watching this video, the AccuTrigger is a revelation. It provides a tactile sensory input to your trigger finger before the actual break occurs, allowing for immense control and predictability. The bolt on the 93 features dual extractors, ensuring that even swollen, dirty brass is ripped out of the chamber with absolute reliability. When analyzing this rifle for a grid-down, SHTF scenario, the Savage 93 scores incredibly high marks for its raw, unpretentious utility. It is a rifle designed to be abused. The synthetic stocks can be dragged through the mud, left in the rain, and battered against rocks without losing their structural integrity. Furthermore, because Savage has produced literally millions of these rifles, spare parts, 5-round magazines, and 10-round magazines are ubiquitous. You can find them in any small-town hardware store or sporting goods shop across the country. In a survival situation, commonality of parts is a massive logistical advantage. The pros of the Savage 93 include the revolutionary AccuTrigger, the extreme out-of-the-box accuracy, and the sheer ruggedness of the platform. The cons are a bolt action that can feel a bit loose and sloppy when fully open, and a stamped metal magazine release tab that can sometimes bite into your thumb if you are not careful. The pricing on the Savage 93 is its most aggressive feature, with most standard models coming in between $300 and $400. It provides sniper-level precision on a blue-collar budget. And finally, we have reached the #1 spot on our countdown. The absolute best .22 Magnum rifle for the farm and for SHTF survival is the Ruger American Rimfire in .22 WMR. Loading. This level of bedding is usually reserved for highly customized, expensive centerfire rifles, yet Ruger includes it in a budget rimfire, resulting in astonishing, repeatable accuracy regardless of weather conditions or barrel heat. The core reason the Ruger American Rimfire is the ultimate .22 Magnum is that it has 0 weak points. It is light enough to carry through the woods from dawn until dusk without fatiguing your shoulders. It is accurate enough to take a squirrel out of a tall oak tree or stop a wild dog threatening your calves. The Marksman adjustable trigger is fantastic, and the tang-mounted safety is perfectly positioned for natural ambidextrous operation with your thumb. The pros include the flawless rotary magazine, in the brilliantly designed modular stock, the power bedding accuracy, and a cold hammer forged barrel. The cons are virtually non-existent, though traditionalists may simply dislike the look of the synthetic stock. The price of the Ruger American Rimfire is astonishingly accessible, consistently available for between $375 to $450. It is the absolute pinnacle of modern rimfire value and performance. As we bring this deep dive to a close, I want you to reflect on the role of the .22 Magnum in your own life. We live in an unpredictable world. Supply chains are fragile, the economy fluctuates, and the responsibility of protecting your property and providing for your family ultimately rests squarely on your own shoulders. A reliable .22 Magnum rifle is not just a tool for pest control, it is an insurance policy. It allows you to harvest small and medium game at distances where the .22 long rifle completely loses its lethality. It allows you to carry hundreds of rounds of ammunition in a small backpack without being weighed down. Whether you choose the heirloom quality of the classic Ruger, the mechanical perfection of the CZ, the nostalgia of the Henry, or the modern supremacy of the Ruger American, having one of these rifles in your safe guarantees that you are prepared for whatever comes your way. If you were forced to walk out of your front door tomorrow and you could only take one rimfire rifle to sustain yourself and protect your homestead, which of these 7 would you trust with your life? Would you choose the mechanical simplicity of a bolt action or the rapid fire capability of the lever gun? Please let me know in the comments section. If you found this detailed analysis valuable, I ask that you leave a like on the video and share it with a fellow patriot who respects the Second Amendment and the lifestyle of self-reliance. And if you have not done so already, please hit that subscribe button. We have many more deep dives, historical retrospectives, and technical breakdowns coming your way very soon. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your dedication to responsible firearm ownership.